Artistic integrity is something I feel a little pretentious talking about. Me judging the integrity of developers and artists when I make quick and dirty gameplay commentaries feels wrong, but the topic still plagues my mind. I mean, let me know in the comment section below if there's been a game in the last 5 years that you were really excited about because of its theme and its setting and its aesthetic, for that later to be ruined through DLC, through microtransactions, through dumb cosmetics and weird events. Like maybe a trailer for a shooter looked like this, and then they added skins like this, and then you started getting shot at by pink tracers and wondering if the game you purchased even exists anymore. Or maybe you were excited for a World War II game and people started running around with Grim Reaper skins, and you started to think, this doesn't really feel like World War II anymore. Or more recently, you bought a game called Black Ops Cold War, and you, being a fool, assumed that the game would feel like Black Ops 1, or a nice sequel to Black Ops 1. Instead of Cold War era, gritty 80s combat, you have Stranger Things 80s era, neon and pretty colors and maps ripped straight out of Black Ops 2, with the same aesthetics from Black Ops 2, despite Black Ops 2 taking place in 2025. Or maybe you're an Insurgency Sandstorm fan, excited to see that this tactical, hardcore, realistic-esque military shooter that is already very niche is going to be adding a new update, and then you see that the update adds these skins that look like they belong in Fortnite. Artistic integrity is not just cosmetics. At the end of the day, it really does come down to the feel of the product. And when we were younger, we bought games and they felt like the games we bought. Do you see what I mean? Maybe some games we played had some funny things, like big head mode, or some little extra you could turn on. I mean, I remember when Grunt Birthday Party was the silliest thing in FPS games, or that gold camo was the most gaudy thing you'd see in a multiplayer match, but that's really not the case anymore. And when it comes to Modern Warfare, yeah, I know that different colored tracers exist, and I also know that somebody might print anime bullshit all over their gun, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't slowly chip away at the aesthetic and style and grittiness of the game. I feel like games right now with cosmetics and aesthetics and DLCs are trying so hard to appeal to everybody that they sort of lose their original style. And I am not a humorless person, and I do not demand the most authenticity from my games. I want my games to be fun first and foremost. Now, if you want to play with themes a little bit, like you want to give people the option to play as a black female Nazi, that's okay, because yeah, there might be a black girl playing the multiplayer and she happens to be on the Axis team, but she wants to look like someone she can relate to. That's, in my opinion, the best case scenario for character customization, people getting to feel more in touch with their characters. Nothing wrong with that. But if that same character is suddenly wearing all pink, or is wearing a weird leprechaun outfit, or is wearing a Grim Reaper suit, suddenly my World War II game is feeling much more encroached upon. Basically what I'm saying is I'm not really that anal over this, but I am noticing a trend. As long as you put out a cosmetic for everybody, so the guy that actually cares about historical accuracy, the guy that likes creepy, edgy cosmetics, the guy that likes bright neon cosmetics, the guy that likes really cool pastel pink colors, the person who likes the silliest skins, you know, then you get like the clown exosuits in Advanced Warfare, and you get the weird outfits in Modern Warfare. You see what I mean? Like, it's not that it makes zero sense to me. I understand why they do it, and some smartass in the comment section is gonna be like, well, boom, it makes money. Yeah, sweetie, we know. This isn't about how much money it makes or doesn't make. This video is about the fact that you buy a product, and when it comes to video games, the experience is the product. So when the experience is based in a visual medium, that visual medium can be distorted through cosmetics and weird DLC shit. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I consistently forget that Black Ops Cold War is a sequel to Black Ops 1, a Cold War era game, because Black Ops 1 was a gritty game. Yeah, you could have face paints and gold camo, but that was just about it. It was gritty, it was dark, and it was not exactly the most vibrant thing. And I think is actually a really good thing for a historical game. If you make a historical game too colorful and bright and neon, you start adding maps from other games in the series that take place in the future, you really just lose the time period, you lose the setting. Or in Sandstorm's case, you add in skins that completely betray the style of the game. I mean, this is way more niche than Call of Duty. This is for people that like a more milsim style hardcore experience, and you're adding something that just counteracts that entirely. Now, a lot of people, like me, don't care. And yeah, for the most part, I don't mind too much. But it's a slope, and we've seen this slope throughout this entire last generation of gaming. And as devs go down the slope, the artistic integrity, the style of the game, the thing that is in the trailer, the thing that you purchased the game for, starts to disappear more and more. Starts with flashy camos, then some silly skins, and then tracer packs, and then weird events that sort of take the realism out of everything, and then you start to wonder, ooh, this is weird. But you never really see it in the inverse. You never get like a nice bright cartoony game having a really dark, gritty, realistic adult piece of DLC, because that game isn't marketed to that group. And I feel like, now I guess I should say it looks like, developers are desperately trying to get younger audiences to play games like Modern Warfare, Black Ops Cold War, and they think that it won't happen unless the game is filled with bright and colorful, goofy, out there cosmetics. So like, unless your tactical military hardcore game looks like a free-to-play mobile shooter with skins like this, then kids aren't going to be interested because it's too boring. I know it's sort of a fun nihilistic concept, right? That the aesthetic shouldn't matter, because at the end of the day, what matters is the substance, as if the aesthetic itself isn't the substance. And again, what you're hearing is coming out of the mouth of somebody who didn't really care about the cosmetics and the style of Battlefield 5 or COD World War II. I really don't care all that much. But it really came to my attention with Insurgency Sandstorm attempting this very Hail Mary pass to get kids interested in their game. And that's the only thing I can think of when I look at these skins. It genuinely looks like them just trying to get kids to buy it. And I don't even know what kid would buy this. They're just ugly. But still, they seem designed for a much younger audience, and Insurgency Sandstorm is not COD. It's not on everybody's Christmas list every year. It's a very niche game with a small community. If aesthetic and style didn't matter, then games like Insurgency Sandstorm wouldn't have a fan base. People would not be going for movies and video games and comic books that address the style properly. It's normal to be angry if a company advertises something for you to purchase or enjoy or watch or read, and then when you go and try to take part in the product, they try so hard to subvert your expectations or please everybody, or a mix of the two, that you end up not getting the thing that was advertised to you. That is worth being irritated about. Some people take it too far. I think they're too invested in this topic all the time, but in my opinion, the topic is interesting to have as a topic. In terms of being actually angry, no, not really. Things can, for the most part, look however the artist intends, and I can choose to get my entertainment elsewhere. I guess where this topic does strike a chord with me is the idea that every developer, every writer, every marketing studio is trying so hard to appease the masses that the integrity of what they're trying to show me just falls flat entirely. Despite these terms being ruined by the more radical amongst us, I'm okay with inclusion and I'm okay with identification. I'm honestly fine with it. It just can't come at the expense of what people bought a product for. When it comes to big AAA games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, it somehow makes sense to me that they're trying to appeal to as many people as possible. But Insurgency Sandstorm really has no reason to be taking its small fan base and basically giving them the middle finger, as if they're unaware as to why their game is popular with that small fan base to begin with. And I'm going to tell you, it's not the performance, because you still need to optimize your game, New World Interactive. Anyway, thank you for watching my little rant here. I will see you when I see you. Goodbye.